In today's episode of the Pathway Presents podcast, I have an interesting guest here with me today. I'm with Katie Johnson. She's hailing over as the marketing manager at Platypus. And Platypus has a very interesting approach. They're making culture measurable. So a lot of, this is just my perspective on it today. Obviously, we're going to be learning much more in depth what Platypus is all about. But it's a tool for HR and recruitment in order to really, bring and measure what culture really means and how it progresses through the company. So yeah, I'm curious to learn more from Katie. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me today.
Very good. Yeah. So maybe give us a 360 overview. I know I give a high level overview, but what is Platypus all about in your own words?
Yeah, of course. So Platypus is a 3-in-1 culture operating system, and we mainly focus on sort of HR teams, HR leaders, and essentially we, like you say, make culture measurable and actionable. So culture is something that is almost a little bit elusive. Nobody really knows. You can say our culture is like this. You might put that on your careers website, but actually nobody really truly knows what their culture is. So that's essentially what our tool does. So we take everybody within the company, we measure their culture using our tool, and that essentially gives a culture map of what that organization's true values are. So this is super helpful, especially when it comes to hiring, because HR leaders can say, okay, this is our main culture is mission. This is what all of our teams care about. So who can we hire, and what strategies do we need to implement in order to make sure that mission is our main value going forward? So I think that this is incredibly useful for understanding your team a little bit better and making sure that everyone within your organization are feeling happy and valued, which is super important for retention and making sure that they have this long-term commitment to the company. And as well, I think from my personal experience, it's about being happy within a company and feeling like what you value is what the people around you value as well. So Platypus is a tool to make that happen. And essentially we've just built a new part of the tool, our add-on. It's called Connect. And that is mainly, it's a recruitment feature. So for job seekers and candidates, they can use this tool and it's really awesome. They can connect with businesses that have the same values as them. So essentially it will tell you what your top 3 values are, and you can learn what other jobs and departments that have the same values as you. So you can align with those before it then becomes just analyzing your skill set and your experience. It's more about finding that alignment and making sure that you're a good fit for the company, before it's just that focus on, okay, what do you do and who are you and what skills do you have? So it's a really exciting tool.
Does it also help the job seekers to understand the culture of a company in itself, or is it the one way around only?
Yeah, no, it's really helpful for job seekers to understand, what the culture of that specific company is. So that's super helpful if somebody focuses, a big part of their values is flexibility, and then they're looking at a company, they can understand, okay, that company, their lowest value is flexibility. They don't really care about that. And I think that can be super helpful for somebody to understand, okay, are we going to be on the same page with our own values, which I think is really important.
Very interesting. I mean, that's the type of things that you typically only learn once you're already in the job, right?
Exactly. And I think this is a big part for us. It's like we want to give job seekers that insight into what it's like to work in a company before they have to join and then understand, oh, this isn't for me. I think that's a really big focus for us.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. So now, who within the companies is sort of picking up on Platypus? Is it the head of HR? Is it more like hiring managers themselves? Is it recruiters? Like, who brings Platypus typically into the conversation?
Of course. So we have, I would say, mainly the sort of people that we're working with are head of people, VP of people and culture. Sometimes it's HR managers, but mainly it's people that are focusing on their people and their culture.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say? How do they learn about Platypus? Like, sort of, what is the journey that they go through in order to get started? Or in other words, sort of the key client acquisition channels that you currently leverage, but also that you're sort of looking to grow?
Yeah, of course. So content is a really big focus for us. So just making sure that we're positioning ourselves as, experts and thought leaders. Our co-founders both have so much experience in the HR recruitment space. So it's about leveraging their knowledge and, really, really positioning us in that sort of way. So we're really focusing on content, and a lot of our acquisition at the moment is coming through LinkedIn and social media and organic search. So that's really nice to see that increase, because I think previously, we were focusing more on our sales, working very, very closely with sales and tapping into our network. But it's really nice to see that change, that now our content is driving, a lot more inbound leads, and it's really good to see.
Cool. And what role do you attribute to the website? I mean, obviously, when content sits on the website and it's key for the journey, but how do you think the role of the website will change, with this focus on inbound now?
Yeah, of course. So I think it's about making that journey more interactive and just a bit. I think our website already, it's very simple and super easy to flow through everything. But I think it's about making a little bit more interactive and giving a bit more of the product away, rather than keeping some of that to ourselves and just sharing highlights of it. It's about actually really allowing people to play with the product and understand the functionality and what they can do, and how this can be useful for them, and as well just trying to make it a bit more of a speedier flow for people that are landing, and making sure that they can find all of that information they need without having to click through to loads of different pages, and just making sure it's a really nice, simple flow. And as well, I would love to mention a tool that we've been using called Chimer, and it's awesome. So essentially, when someone lands on our book a demo page, they fill in the fields, and then they come through to Chimer, and it's a series of videos which they can listen to and then click through. We ask them some questions, they can click through, and then essentially it will take them on a journey to then automatically just booking an appointment right then to have a demo with our team, rather than, and it's just shortening that flow of our sales team having to get back to them. They can, on demand book something then and there. And I think we've seen a really big increase in inbounds and conversions from using it. It's been really great.
Yeah, let's maybe jump onto this a little bit. So maybe for everybody who's not familiar, so you're saying they sign up on your form and then they're seeing some videos, or how does it work?
Yeah, so they sign up onto our book a demo page, and we've tried to really shorten down our field. So I think originally we gathered loads of information, but now we just take 2 or 3 little pieces of information, and then it shows them a landing page, and it's actually a video of myself asking them, what is it that you're looking for? Are you looking to improve recruitment? Are you looking to understand your culture? And then they answer the questions, and it will take them through to share a little bit more about some case studies and specific parts of the tool. And then from there, I think they just put their email in, and then they can book an appointment straight away.
Cool, super interesting. Actually, my follow-up question would be sort of, to actually stay on the topic of the website for just a second.
Sure.
And that can be with Platypus, but that can also be with previous roles. You've been a marketing manager at various interesting companies. What have you learned? What helps to increase that conversion? You mentioned now you have that solution at the moment. What else have you, picking up in the past, tools, methods, approaches in order to increase conversions from the page?
Yeah, of course. So I think it's a big focus should be on optimizing those pages, those key pages that people are landing on, reviewing the messaging, the call to actions, look at changing the blocks of the pages. And I think for us, we've been using Hotjar a lot to see, okay, where are people visiting? Where are they, where are they getting to? Where are they not scrolling past? And understanding what information they're hovering on, and making sure that we're optimizing those pages with those performance metrics, and saying, okay, this is what people want to see, and this is what we need to put it in the most succinct way. So I think, conversion rate optimization is super key to just making those conversions, better, quicker, everything. And I'm trying to think what else we've been focusing on just to make those conversions a little better. I guess just seeing what we can make automated like we say, using Chimer. So rather than making the people do the hard work, we're trying to do it for them and make everything as easy as possible.
Very cool. Yeah, that gives a very sort of plethora of insights as to what you've been doing. I would like to switch gears a little bit, and you know, we've been talking about Platypus, what you guys are doing, who you're serving. We've been talking a little bit about growth and website optimization. I'm curious to learn a little bit more about yourself. Like, there is a whole lot of content out there for marketers to, you know, keep learning, keep improving. You know, what is your go-to places? How do you like to filter, you know, with all the noise out there, you know, on that is bombarded on marketers?
Yeah, so are you asking what my favorite channels are?
Exactly, where you read, what's the place? Maybe you found a secret community, or you know, reading LinkedIn all the time. Like, what is it that you like to do?
So I must say, I sit down with a cup of tea every morning, and I always go through the LinkedIn like news updates, Monday update, Tuesday update, read through all of those each morning. So I feel like that's a really good hub to get like a high level overview just of what's going on, you know, across all industries. And then I think for me, I've not worked in the HR recruitment space before, so it's about learning a whole new space. So there's loads of really cool platforms which I've been, you know, registering, signing up to. So there is a platform called Offbeat, and I've been subscribing to their newsletter, and that is awesome. It's really nice to just take a few minutes, you know, out of the day to read through their updates, look at their curated content. So really, yeah, really enjoying signing up to newsletters, which in the past I feel like I haven't given much time to newsletters, whereas I feel like in the recruitment space, it's really key, and there's definitely this community where people want to share all of their information. And I've joined a few Slack channels, which have been really awesome, both in the tech space and the HR space. So that's really, really nice and encouraging just to see people wanting to share their insights and their learnings. So those are probably my top: LinkedIn, Slack, and then joining some really great newsletters.
Very cool. Any Slack group that you, for sort of marketers, can recommend?
Oh, for marketers, I don't think I have a specific Slack one for marketers. However, my favorite HR one is a group called People. But yeah, I should do that. I should join a specific marketing one. Absolutely.
Very cool. So since we're slowly coming to the end of the interview, I would have some rapid fire questions for you. Are you ready for those?
I'm ready.
Very good. What is the last book you read or the last podcast you listened to?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm reading a book at the moment, which is Thinking Fast and Slow, which I must say, I'm reading it very slowly. I feel like I almost read each page and then read it again. But it's so interesting, and it's really great to almost get like an explanation on why we do the things that we do, and why we think the way that we think. And I think that's super interesting when it comes to marketing as well, and the decision-making process that we go through of why do we do certain things, or why do we act in a certain way. So yeah, definitely recommend reading that.
What is one single thing your company is focused on the most at the moment?
So I think for us, we're trying to really focus in on cracking the B2C market. So looking at how can we bring this viral element with our content to almost crack into job seekers and make them enjoy, you know, the concept of culture as much as we do. And, you know, I think there's something really interesting about finding out what you value in a work environment. I know there's, you know, all sorts of quizzes and tests, but this is completely different, with the option to connect with people. So yeah, I think it's just trying to think of something really creative to help with that viral aspect.
If there would be no boundaries in technology, right? So everything is possible. What's the one thing you would fix for your role today?
Oh, okay. I don't know if this is a possible answer, but unlimited data. I would love that. Like, we have so much data coming through from people using our platform, but having unlimited access to that data would be incredible, be wonderful.
Very cool. And for the very last question, I want to do a little bit of sort of time travel, right? So if we go back to Canterbury University, right? We go back to the days of formal education. Yes. So now you're heading out of formal education into the world of marketing and business. What's the one advice you would give yourself for your journey?
I think it would be I wish I had more confidence. I think I very much out of university was too afraid to email companies directly and ask for work experience or ask for advice or questions, or I think I held back, and I just applied for jobs and hoped that I would find something. But I wish I had more confidence to really put myself out there and say, I love your company, I'd really like to do some work experience, or here's my portfolio. I wish I'd done more of that. I think I was too afraid. I almost felt intimidated, and I found it a bit daunting, that this world of marketing. And I wish now that I could tell myself, just go for it, just go for it, because there are a lot of really kind people that are so willing to pass on their advice and help you. So I wish I could tell myself that.
Very nice. Katie, I really appreciate you took the time with us today to be guest on Pathmark Presents. I want to give you the very last word. If somebody would be forgetting all that we discussed about Platypus, what's the one thing they should remember?
Oh, okay. That Platypus is going to reinvent the future of work. That's what
Very good. Very good. Appreciate you being part on Pathmark Presents.
No worries at all. Thank you so much.